Hello to everybody out there on my social media pages. Today we're live in studio. We're gonna have some interviews. I'm really sorry about last week. We had some internet problems. The Wi-Fi was down, so that's why we weren't on last week. So today I have POF streaming live, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. So I'm on all platforms, all social media sites. Welcome to Married to the Streets. This is Kerwin Pasha and his pops, Johnny Pasha.
Hi there, everybody.
So pretty soon we're going to be going live. We're going to get the cameras rolling and we're going to start these interviews. But so can you tell everybody on the social media how to follow you?
Of course, absolutely. So what's up, everybody? My name is Kerwin Pasha, and I am an instrumental electric guitar player all the way from Glendale, Arizona. And if you guys would like to follow more of my music or my everyday adventures, I'm on all social media platforms under the name Kerwin Pasha, KerwinPasia on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. So be sure to give me a follow. I'll follow you guys back, and we'll go from there.
We're just talking to the live right now.
So,
And no matter where I go, I'm in front of a live.
so Joe,
They keep getting the button.
I'm going to hit the record button. Watch what happens with the cameras. You can see on the screens.
Yep, I see that.
That one over there. This one here is yours recording as well. Is it red too?
Am I going to get the countdown
Walk
clocks?
around, look.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, they're all recording.
Okay, so then off on for all of them. I can do that right here and sound speeding as well.
Okay, then we are ready. I just got to figure out where I can go to sleep.
So, Esther Ann, is this the final setup for your?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. I mean, what do you think? What do you think? And I'm wondering if
I
we
like
can
it a
get
bunch.
I think if we can get enough pictures, maybe we can get it onto the green screen so it becomes I don't know though. Jeff said that might be really, really
No,
hard. So.
Larry
It's
said
so
we're
much easier
staying right
without-
here where we're at.
No, I mean pictures so that when we do the
Oh
green
yeah, no, we
screen
can
part,
do pictures.
that we go on to
Absolutely.
the background of the
Gotcha.
green screen. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
Use the actual set. Then you know. But we're doing great, folks, and that's why we got a set.
What I'd like to do is get some sort of something on the floor for like wide shots and
Oh yeah, a carpet.
yeah, it'd be nice to have. I
Okay.
mean, that would make like a whole set. If we had
Yeah.
a nice big
Okay.
like 10 by 12 rug.
Okay. I'll get on that.
Do you know what I mean? If
What
somebody
color?
were to-
Can I get blue?
no,
Something blue?
I would go something subdued color that kind of
Like a darker blue?
yeah, like a
Just because I want
just
to do
to
the,
absorb the light off the concrete.
Okay.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
And then it would kind of make a living room scene. Like if we pull it out on a shot,
Yeah.
and when we pull out, because like I was
See
just taking
carpet
pictures,
instead of-
right?
Yeah.
Of the pictures, yeah, I'm thinking to myself,
And
how
all
much
these
more
lives are
complete.
shown on the floor.
Plus, we got new curtains.
But see,
Oh,
that
different
shows you
colors?
progression.
Or
Well,
more
they're gray, right, Steve?
Yeah, they're a little bit more blue, gray blue.
They're a little
Yeah.
bit more gray blue.
Okay, so that's kind of,
But we
yeah,
got
I really wanted
four.
something blue in there to match with.
We got 4, so we'll
Right,
be able to have a little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit more square.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, and then we'll be able to leave 2 up in the back most of the time. Ready?
Cool.
Sorry. Thank you, live.
Be a Slater.
A Christian Slater?
That's a good one. Yeah.
All right. This is special. Okay, so this is Married to the Streets. Scene 1, take 1.
Is that gonna scroll down as I read? Is
Yes.
there, okay,
Yep, that's going to scroll down as you read.
all right.
Are we ready to count in?
We are ready. You don't have to have that pre-interview
Better.
conducted by stuff. That's just, it's either gonna be my name or Miss Margie's name.
All right, ready? 5, 4, 3.
Hey, I'm Esther Ann. Welcome to Married to the Streets. This is a show where we talk about homelessness, addiction, mental health awareness, volunteer charity work, and resources that Arizona has to offer. Soon the country. I feel like everyone has some type of experience in either one or more of these categories, either because they went through something and they have firsthand experience or because they have seen someone they love struggle. If you don't know, you're about to know there are also those who have never hit rock bottom, who will never know firsthand what that means to be in that type of situation. Yet they have a heart and they are out to find and implement solutions to some of our deeper struggles. They're about helping to stop the hurt. If you don't know anyone like that, keep watching because I'm going to make some. I'm going to be. If you don't know anybody like that, keep watching. I'm about to make some introductions. You just might be surprised by who really cares about the community and why. Married to the Streets is about sharing the pain to stop the hurt. I'm recovering out loud. Beyond that, we all have an opinion about what's going on in the streets. It came from the back alleys and is now showcasing itself right out on Front Street. I feel like the problem is growing faster than anyone can comprehend. It's time to talk about it because until we do, no solutions can be found. My name's Esther Ann, and I'm on the Lift 'em Up plan. I was lifted up, and I'm not alone. There are so many people who have been lifted up who are coming on Married to the Streets to share their stories of struggle and triumph. So let's talk about it. Our first guest on today's show.
Okay,
Kerwin.
we're gonna redo that.
Oh, it was all. I need to memorize it, don't I?
Well, here's the thing. You did very well, but you're rushing it.
I'm rushing
You're
it.
really
Yeah.
rushing it.
How many minutes? How long
Morgan
was that?
Freeman. Listen to Morgan Freeman. Just listen to Morgan Freeman. Guy is the best out there. He pauses. He waits. He just, so just say a thought and let the audience hear it and think about it, and then go to the next thing.
Okay. Is it too much though? Do you think I need to revise it?
No, I think it's
Probably
good.
should, but not now.
Okay, and so then do you think my front camera is enough that I can be looking at the screen and that's capturing me like
You
I'm
can
looking
look
at
at
the
the screen.
camera.
Yeah,
It's
it's
fine.
perfect the way
Yeah.
it
That's
is.
perfect.
Um,
Okay, so they're not gonna be able to tell I'm reading really.
Right. Is
Well, the way you can do that,
that-
and this is
that
kind
right?
of, you know,
Should we
just like he said,
tone that down? a
slow
tad?
down a little bit
Does it look
more.
great?
One of the
They're
tricks
all the
they
cameras
talk
should be
about
set the same.
in vocalization
5600 white balance,
just a
1010,
little bit of inflection.
500 ISO, right?
Up and you go down. It's just like music.
Okay, so I'm gonna look at the screen,
Yes.
Joe, above your head, and you tell me if it's
Dynamics.
Is it
I'm
at an
gonna get
F4?
Green.
People engaged
Mhm.
because it
honestly
changes the frequency. When you talk in a little higher tone and then you lower your voice like this, that kind of a change. Like when you get to the point where you're talking
It's
about
an
the
F1.8.
them, you know, you can talk a little higher like this, and then when you get to them, you can be like, and we're going to
You said
blah,
it's
blah,
supposed
blah,
to be
blah.
at
Just
F4?
that change,
I thought we were at 4. I thought we were at 4.2 is what I thought we were shooting at.
you know, talk
Okay,
lighter
that
about
looks
the other,
tremendously
and then
better.
when you get to that point,
I'm very
where it's
happy
the
with that.
hardcore talk point of the show.
How that got to 1.8, I'm not sure, but it should have been F.
That was bright. That was seriously bright.
Like,
Okay, we're
that-
still rolling.
That more,
Get
that
back
more
on.
of the Esther Ann that is like in the street. This is
Oh, you want me to get ghetto?
You mean business.
Business ghetto.
Well, you know, we can't take
We can't get too
ghetto
ghetto.
out of the streets.
Are we
No,
ready?
we can't. We can take the girl out of the ghetto, but we can't take the ghetto out of the girl.
That's right, that's a good saying, you know?
Take this back. Is this the
And,
time?
a little bit,
Mr. Ann?
and you do
Yeah.
a
Yeah, it's right at the top. I'll just
Okay.
scroll down for her when she
Alright.
starts.
When I write stuff
Don't scroll too
that
fast.
I know I'm gonna have to
I think
read,
that scares you.
I go through it and I actually read it,
Okay.
like you're speaking.
Alright.
And then you know where your edits are. and
Yeah,
where
you're
your
thinking maybe
inflection
part of her
are,
speed
because
was
you
me
said
scrolling because I was trying to keep up with her talking.
Right.
that's
Well, try and keep
how
what she's saying in the middle.
things
That's what I was doing. Yeah.
Okay, well,
when you write.
yeah, just go slow.
Read it out loud as if
Yeah.
you're reading it to an audience. And that's how you know your punctuation and all that.
Okay.
Come on.
And of course on Esther Ann's
Little lesson
screen, it's
on-
better right at
I
the
put it.
The
You see how
actress.
big I put the writing so that I could not have to use my glasses?
Yeah.
Plus, I was a
Yeah.
stage performer, you know, doing, you remember Bye Bye Birdie?
I haven't.
Hey
seen
POF,
that.
send some gifts. Just know any gifts that you send, any diamonds are gonna go to support outreach efforts. I will be taking you live out into the community, so diamonds are appreciated. Everyone else too, love gifts. TikTok, send some gifts. Everything that you gift me is gonna go to outreach efforts.
All right, are we ready?
Yeah.
We're still rolling?
We're still rolling, okay.
All right, 5, 4, 3.
Hi, I'm Esther Ann. Welcome to Married to the Streets. This is a show where we talk about homelessness, addiction, mental health awareness, volunteer and charity work, and resources that Arizona has to offer. Soon, the country. I feel like everyone has some type of experience in either one or more of these categories. Either because they, that's me.
All right.
Oh, that's my notification sound. Probably people on POF are like, oh, can I fish on you, girl? Let me go ahead and check all these volume. That one's off. And this one is the little, I never switched that one, so. My bad, guys. Let me see, wasn't the alarm. Which way did my glasses go?
Pop safety.
Thank you. All right, my bad.
Get settled. Thanks.
Just
Again, relax. Hi, I'm
Yes.
Mr. Ann.
No.
Welcome to Married
Well,
to the
yeah,
Streets. Pause after each
all of
period.
her, all this
Okay.
stuff and the cell phones, those
I'm
are
gonna
mine.
go back in there and put my
Slight
exclamation
And
points.
breathe.
and-
Slight
You're
pause.
coming across like you're
Not breathing. I'm not. This dress is too
You gotta-
tight.
You know what you're supposed to say.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
also, even a comma is a pause.
Yeah.
It's, you don't rush through. So, all right, we ready?
We are ready.
5, 4, 3.
Hi, I'm Esther Ann. Welcome to Married to the Streets. This is a show where we talk about homelessness, addiction, mental health awareness, volunteer and charity work, and resources Arizona has to offer. Soon, the country. I feel like everyone has some type of experience in either one or more of these categories, either because they went through something themselves firsthand or because they've seen someone they love struggle. If you don't know, you're about to know there are also those who have never hit rock bottom and who will never know firsthand what it means to be in that type of situation. Yet they have a heart and they are out to find and implement solutions to some of our deeper struggles. They're about they are about helping to stop the hurt. If you don't know anyone like that, keep watching because I will be making some introductions. You might just be surprised by who really cares about the community and why. Married to the Streets is about sharing the pain to stop the hurt. I'm recovering out loud. Beyond that, we all have an opinion about what's going on in the streets. It came from the back alleys and is now showcasing itself right out on Front Street. I feel like the problem is growing faster than anyone can comprehend. It's time to talk about it because until we do, no solutions can be found. My name is Esther Ann and I'm on the Lift 'em Up plan. I was lifted up and I'm not alone. There are so many people who have been lifted up who are coming on Married to the Streets to share their stories of struggle and triumph. So let's get to it. We're about to talk about it. Our first guest on today's show is Kerwin Pasha and his pops, Johnny Pasha.
Hi,
Welcome
everybody.
to Married to the Streets. Thanks for coming on today's show. Really
Pleasure.
appreciate it.
Absolutely.
So Kerwin is one of those individuals who has not struggled or hit rock bottom. You never had any kind of issues with addiction or, mental health stuff, but he's about charity work. He is going to be an opener at the Party in the Garden at Jared's Place on October 15th.
Absolutely.
So yeah, thank you for coming on the show and for being an opener.
Of course.
So you feel like you see your music as a work of charity, we do that to share. Tell us a little bit about music for you.
Sure, absolutely. Wow, where do I even begin when it comes to talking about music? It's been quite a long journey. Man, it's been 14 years of doing this for quite a long time, and it's opened up so many different opportunities, and it's also allowed me to reach out and socialize with many different individuals, especially specifically here throughout the Valley. And one thing that I've learned a while back as I've gone through this whole journey of music, like in regards to giving back, something about like being able to perform and play music, it's such a very beautiful and encapsulating experience. It's almost like you're giving a part of yourself to somebody or everybody around you. When you perform something, it's like, hey, I'm pouring out my heart, my soul for you. Let me tell you a little story through some sounds.
That's so amazing. So how did you first get into music? Your family
Sure.
background?
Absolutely. So, well, a lot of my musical background actually came from my mother's side of the family, Mrs. Lucille Pasha, who's not present here today. But there's a lot of family members that have played music through that lineage of the family back in the Philippines. My mom plays quite a bit of some music herself. She plays the piano. I have a younger brother named Jeremy Pasha who also plays the piano as well, and he does a lot of different things. And so those influences over time just somehow got passed down from one generation to the other. And fast forward today, I happen to pick up some of that. Oh, and also Pops, who plays the ukulele too.
Oh, yeah?
Just a little bit.
A little bit. Did you bring your ukulele?
Just strumming a little bit. I had not touched the ukulele for a long, long time.
We'll just dust it off, no worries.
Like fine wine. So is it like riding bicycles, do you think? Music?
I would say so. Like, it's one of those things, like, once you start doing something, you become so conditioned and used to doing it. Think about, like, riding a bike. By memory, you always remember, like, your balance and just the momentum as you're doing it. It's just like, hey, this feels natural to me. So whenever I pick up the guitar and just, whether it's strumming a few chords or doing, like, a couple solos or performing, it just feels, it's almost like I'm in another world. It's just second nature.
Yeah. Yeah, you get pulled into that space, and I love
Oh,
your
yes.
music. You're so entrancing. So you've had people time and again, right, come up to you and tell you, amazing job. I love, listening to you. You helped me through today. Can you give us an
Yes.
example?
Estran, I'm sorry, we got to stop for just a second.
We don't have the timer on either.
Oh, that's true.
gosh, that's my fault.
So, Joe,
My job.
Is this not working good enough?
Joe,
Yeah.
it wasn't just rustling with her breath against the dress.
My breath.
It was also, depending on how she moved, the mic was pressing against her body. So I was getting that muffled,
Oh.
right?
I had my pit up on it.
That's possible. Because it would, depending on how you moved, the noise, right? So,
Dang it. How long has it been doing that?
well, you just kind of started talking. All the parts where he talked, that'll be fine. There's no trouble there. So now that you were starting to talk more, I figured we better get her fixed. Let's try again.
99, 98.
Take a couple,
97.
without talking, take a couple deep breaths. Yeah, see, there's no wrestling anymore.
Because I have it in, never mind.
Right.
I have it in, tucked away in another.
At the clavicle,
Yeah,
right?
the
Is that-
clavage.
No, this is the clavicle.
It's
What's
in the
this called?
clavage.
Sternum. It's at your sternum, that's why. Okay.
Okay.
So, so he had already talked with you about where he was coming from, and then you had begun talking to him about those responses. So that's where we should start. Is you responding to what he said, if you remember?
I will. Hold on. Give me a second. And what about the timer? Are you going
I
to
should
give
be
me
doing that, yes, that's important.
So how long do you think we got right now? Because
Probably-
Ash had said that we could have
probably
the
like
timer
3
box
minutes.
and the prompter prompt.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
Or
well,
he's
Ash
not
isn't here,
That's
so.
the thing, right?
Okay. Yeah. we don't
That's why that slipped through the cracks.
All right,
today.
cool. But as we got Joe, he says, so whenever he comes and he's gonna go on that side and he's gonna tell you like, we have a 1 minute, you know what I mean? So that's when we have to be winding it down. So like at 30 seconds, a half a finger means that I need to start going to the commercial. You know what I mean? So then, yeah. So that's what we
I'll
aim
give
for.
it 2 minute, 1 minute, and then like half a minute, and then a cut.
Yeah, and by the half minute, I should be about to talk so that I can close this out and then get ready to come back in.
Excellent.
So we'll do that 3
We need
times.
2 more monitors.
We're
for the
gonna
timers.
do
So we
we're
need
gonna
2
do
more,
7
2 more
minutes
monitors for the timers.
conversation and then another 7 minutes conversation. And then the third 7
Make
minutes,
it
I
work.
try to have all of us talking, conversation. But this is family, so the whole conversation, really, yeah. And then we'll come back and you'll do the music part.
Okay. Perfect.
It usually makes more sense when there's a timer up there counting down, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know what timer program he's using.
Okay, so what time do you
Maybe
think
it's this.
we're
Hold
at
on a
right now?
sec.
Probably about 3 minutes.
3 minutes, so we'll just go for 4 minutes.
2 more minutes. Oh, wait, we're doing 7.
We're doing
Oh,
three
maybe,
7
yeah.
minutes.
Right.
What are we
The thing-
doing? A countdown?
Yeah,
We-
but
yeah.
the thing is you need to
I've
get
got-
this and the words.
All right,
I've
so
got my timer.
you know. I
Yeah,
don't
let's
know.
let's let him do the timing.
Yeah.
We don't have time for this right now. So
Yeah.
there we go.
We gotta keep rolling, so. Are we ready?
Okay, so we came back in.
Are you ready? And we're still rolling? This is our first roll still?
Yes.
Okay. 5, 4,
I'll look this
3.
way, look this way. So, yeah, I just love the way music, can put you in that transient state. Like, I love listening to you. I'm pulled away. So you've had lots and lots of people come up to you, right, and tell you pulled them out of a bad day. Do you have any story in particular that you'd like to share with us at the time that somebody said, thanks for getting me out of my funk today?
Sure. Wow. Well, one story that I can think of off the top of my head, now he's considered like a really good friend of mine. I actually met him over at Jared's coffee house in Mesa. And if you ever happen to be watching this band, you know who you are. Well, what ended up happening that one day, it was my first time just going up there to perform and do something, and it's just a totally normal day. And I'm setting up, and then I got everything going, and I just started playing, and all of a sudden, I see this man go up to me. He just started like shining all of a sudden. He started dancing. He just started like going up together with me and just enjoying the music. And I have a wireless on my electric guitar, so I'm like, I can jump off the stage and kind of interact with him. We're just having some fun jamming out to like some classic tunes. So it was just overall like a whole day of just jamming out, having fun, on some good weather. And he was just telling me like, Kerwin, thank you so much for uplifted me because like I thought this was just going to be like an ordinary day for me. But all of a sudden, it's like you came along and it just made my day so much better. I'm like, oh wow, this is pretty cool.
Nice, nice. So tell people real quick where they could find you on plug your social media
Of course.
sites.
Absolutely. So, if everyone would like to give me a follow and find more of my music and my material, I'm under the social media platforms Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube.
And it's all Kerwin Pasha.
Correct.
Kerwin
Kerwin
Pasha.
Pasha.
KERWINPASIA.
You already beat me to it. I'm the one who usually does the spelling, but everything that Esther Ann just said right now, yes.
Good, okay, great. And then your pops also has a YouTube channel that surrounds a lot of what you do out there in the community, the places you do your gigs at, and
Correct.
other artists in the valley. Mr.
Yes.
Johnny Pasha, you must be so proud.
Yes, I am very proud to have a son like Kevin here, who will really make me prouder when graduated from college with 2 degrees,
Wow.
cum laude at that, and then no vice at all, don't drink, don't smoke, and of course, no drug. So I'm really proud of him, and also the same thing with my other son, Jeremy, a younger brother of him. I'm so proud of both.
And can you find Jeremy on your YouTube channel also? Is he?
Oh yes, absolutely. Jeremy can definitely be seen quite a bit.
So time is getting close to taking a commercial break.
Sure.
So we're gonna get back to that and we're gonna talk more about how Mr. Johnny Pasha started his YouTube channel and we'll talk more about that after the commercial break, yeah?
Excellent.
Thank you so much for coming on the show. I just have to say thank you again.
Of course.
For coming.
It's our pleasure to be here, Esther Ann. Thank you so much for having us.
Oh, yeah, thank you. So that's not it. We're gonna take a few minutes to go cash some checks, check out who is helping Married to the Streets in their outreach efforts.
All right.
We can cut.
I don't think so.
Okay, let's keep rolling.
Gina was like, ah!
Because he was over here trying to get, I'm like, she'll see me.
Yeah, but the problem is it's not
Yeah.
the production.
Maybe if you would have went like over there, I know,
He
I don't
did
even
go
know.
over there.
I went over
Then he
here.
came
I was-
back and
I can see him like in my peripheral, like I can see him. He's over here doing something. I'm like, I don't know what's going on. He's doing something.
So just kind of glance over
Okay,
to keep
all right.
an eye out for
Okay.
signs from production.
Okay, my bad, Robert. I got so used to that clock.
We'll get her back.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna basically what I do is I stay back here until the time comes, then I walk over and start motioning, whatever. So
Maybe we can do like a bit with an airplane. No, it's
start throwing paper airplanes into the set.
I've got a couple of Nerf machine guns, so I'll just sit here and shoot darts at the board behind you, right?
I think I could participate in that. I'm not opposed to that idea at all.
All right. So are you good? Ready to go?
I think we're good. And so do you think that maybe we should just do the next 7 minutes talking and then the last 7 he can play?
You want to play for 7 minutes?
Well,
Well,
this guy plays for 3 hours.
I know, but
But
for the show,
yeah.
for the last segment, we'll talk for 5 minutes. Then we'll reset for the last 2 minutes of him playing.
Okay.
Okay, are we ready?
Okay. Excellent.
All right, 5, 4.
Welcome back from Cashing Checks. I'm Esther Ann. This is Married to the Streets. Today's guests are Kerwin Pasha and Mr. Johnny Pasha, his pops. We're talking about Kerwin's music and now Mr. Johnny's YouTube channel that surrounds the outings of Kerwin and other artists here in the Valley.
Yeah.
Mr. Johnny, can you tell us how and when you started your YouTube channel? What was that like?
Yes, actually, I started this YouTube channel of mine. It's called JB Good Channel. J as my first letter of my name, B as in boy, Good Channel. the name of my YouTube channel. I started this like 2 years ago, last August. I think this month. This month.
Happy anniversary.
Yeah, but actually during the pandemic, before the pandemic, the pre-pandemic, we always go out, give open mic, and we are used to doing that sometimes, and we really enjoy it. But when the pandemic hits everybody, nobody could get out, so we are stuck in the house. Now I don't know what to do now because although I have to do something else, but I like to go in, cannot do the music. And I told my children, my two boys, what can I do? I can see all those people doing their YouTube in the Philippines and here and there, and can I do that? They told me, Dad, that's hard. You can't do it. Well, probably with your help, I could. That helped me to set it up. And that's where it started, August like 2018. And that's where I started. And so they told me, it's hard, you might not be able to make it. Well, they were surprised after a year.
Well, doesn't that give you some kind of fire when they say
Yeah,
you can't? You're
yeah.
like, watch
That's
me.
true. I
You proved me
I was
wrong.
really challenged because what do I know about YouTube? I'm just watching it. And then little did they know I have lots of connections in the Philippines. My classmates, their relatives, and all. It's just go from one year. Yeah. This is my YouTube. Okay, let all you people know I'm here. Subscribe.
You have over 1,000 subscribers right now.
I have now 1,800 after 2 years. But after a year, I got monetized. After a year and 2 months.
Congratulations.
And-
Monetized.
And I have more than 200 videos that I have uploaded since the start. It mostly Kerwin music and his guitar, other people's music who are good, where we met at the open mic, other bands, and anybody that I could I think I could put in my YouTube. And also I have some blog here and there. So let's make everything out of it. But yeah, anything I could see that I can probably do on YouTube, I just do it.
Yeah, say hi to your YouTube
Hey,
fans
hi.
right now.
I
They're
hope
watching
you
live.
just want to subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much. JB Good Channel.
Really good. That's amazing. That's amazing. And so so what's next? What's next for you with your career and in your YouTube? Like you guys are growing together.
Well, I hope I just grow more and get more money out of it. Probably. I know I will handle it. I will handle it to them. I know I could give it to them later if I'm no longer around. They'll just continue if they have to do it.
It's your legacy. Are you
Yeah,
giving to
yeah,
them?
that's what
Posh wants to leave behind something that later on in the future, it's like, hey, I'm going to pass this on to you guys. Now it's your turn to take over and make something.
At least I have something to do. I could think. My age, I don't say I'm old, but I can still think. I could still do whatever I need to do. I'm still functional.
Yeah.
So until then, I can just do it and do something else that I love.
Yeah.
Listen to excuse in other people's.
Yeah, that's so cool. And so everybody, all the girls on POF, they want to know, Kerwin, is there Mrs. Kerwin that's like hanging around, or is there a girlfriend? Are you taken?
Why everybody's always asking me this question, including mom and dad. No, I'm still a single man until the day, but I'm working on a couple things. So, I mean, yeah, I'm here.
Well, I have a joke. You're always hugging your guitar. Why not hug a girl for us?
I'm
Wow.
married to the guitar. and
You're
I'm-
married to the guitar, and I'm married to the streets. We're a pair, huh?
Right, absolutely.
Yeah, well, there are some amazing sounds that come out of your guitar. You know, yeah, I think for me right now, it's really important to focus on my career and not have somebody, you know, second guessing or putting in their input 100%. You know, I have people that I take advice from, but you don't have to get special permission
Oh, yeah.
for the things that you're doing. So, what's next in your career?
For me personally, Esther Ann, honestly, like this has been something that I've been pondering about for quite some time now. Like I'm pretty happy and content where my life is at, but I'm hoping like later on, like I could, do something even more with, especially with like the education I've gotten. I know my dad mentioned that I have like two college degrees. I was originally a psychology major with a double major in criminal justice. I work as a data analyst today, actually, for Grand Canyon University. So maybe I might be able to do a little bit more with them, or maybe use my skills elsewhere to kind of like, do some more amazing opportunities. And music is something that I always tell myself it's never going to leave me. It's always going to be there. If there's opportunities open to do more with this, I'm always more than happy to give it a shot and see where it's going to take me.
Yeah.
Yes.
And we'll see where this conversation goes. Now it's time for a little short break. We're going to jump to the Street View, Street Beat coming at you right now.
Now,
All right.
Hey, everybody on all the lives. POF, are you throwing me diamonds? Because we need to do some outreach work. You too, TikTok, send some gifts. And then you can see us out in the community doing outreach.
You know what you talk about next?
You know what? I think we should talk about the party in the garden.
Sure.
Promote that a little bit.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
and then he'll play.
And I say give us 2 minutes to talk because we have.
And then
through
5
almost
minutes to
everything.
play.
3 minutes?
And then, yeah, and then
That's
5
a long
minutes to,
time of playing
I know,
on a
but,
talk show.
I know,
That's not how they normally do it.
I know, that's not how they normally
Do
do
you
it, but
have original music?
I do have one original tune.
How
but,
long is that?
It is quite a bit of a length.
like he plays straight for 3 hours. I know how. other
Yeah.
people
But I
do
can
it.
always make adjustments with a lot of the arrangements that I do, and I rather prefer to stick with what I have prepared today.
Yeah,
and then I
I
can
like
always
it.
like cut and
Alright.
do some things.
So-
Because his
Um,
that song is
yeah.
what, 5 minutes?
it's 5 minutes long.
Yeah,
but
to do that song is 5 minutes.
Oye,
I can
¿cómo
play,
va?
yeah.
because when I cut
Santana.
my stuff up, I can put part of that song in the front of our interview, and I could say stay tuned for the rest, and then put the other.
Yeah.
I can cut it up throughout the video, the whole interview.
Okay.
It doesn't have to be 5 minutes straight in editing.
All right. Are we gonna have any trouble with licensing?
That as far as I know, I don't think so. I've been doing a lot of like.
Because
No,
it's
as long as you're
your,
not selling.
it's your performance,
As
but,
long as he's not selling,
oh,
you're fine, and as
Yeah.
long as everybody knows that it isn't, because I do this.
all right.
Right, nobody like,
Um,
none of these
yeah.
live feeds Esther Ann's doing are monetized, nobody cares.
Uh,
Yeah.
Until you're getting paid, nobody really cares,
Yeah,
right?
because he records like a lot of like my performances,
Yeah.
and he's had actually. It
Right.
depends on what he's doing, but about 90% of the time.
Stay tuned for this little ditty I wrote.
Problems at all.
It's not gonna be, that's not gonna
Because
be
he's
good.
playing
Yeah.
a rendition of it, right?
Right, it's just, yeah.
There's a
If I
lot
knew
of
he was
things
gonna be here, I could have brought my
Okay.
bass.
We're gonna-
It's one of my favorite songs.
Okay,
Improvising most of the time.
Not
we're
really,
gonna get back in now.
not really.
Okay.
We have-
we're
we
gonna
have a
get back
band,
in,
and I fill
we're gonna
in
talk
different
about-
places
We're gonna talk
sometimes,
about,
but I'm not a
the
musician.
party
I
in the
just-
garden that he's gonna open at for
Okay.
me and Jared's
I run the
backyard
soundboard.
for
When is
charity.
that?
It's October 15th.
Okay.
October, that's
Okay.
Saturday, right? Saturday, October 15th. Party
Okay.
in the Garden. He's opening. Chicago Nut is in the middle, and Infinite Money is my closer.
Okay,
And all
I
that's
think
going to
we have a-
charity.
okay,
Every year at the Desert Ridge, they hold that blue
So we can
note.
talk about that and where people
Guitar
are gonna,
festival.
where you, do you have anything
We,
lined
we're
up
the people that run the
right now?
sound for
We'll
that.
talk about your lineup
Yeah.
of.
So like,
people.
Yeah.
2000,
Okay, so
Wait,
that's.
did it
yeah, yeah,
18,
and just
19
plug
we
one
did
more
it,
time
20
over
they
their
didn't
social
allow
let's
us.
just try and talk as long as we
21 we
can.
did
as long
it,
as we
and
keep
we're
it
on for the
interesting. I don't wanna
6th of November this
keep
year.
talking because we have to keep talking. 'cause
Yeah,
So-
that's, yeah.
Boring to everybody.
There's a
But keep
chance
talking
that
as long as you
the
keep it
Desert Ridge
interesting,
people
and
might
then
have a
when you feel
paid
that you're done, that
client for the
Nothing really more
stage
to
that
say
day,
than
because
we'll-
ours is a
then we'll
community
wrap it
thing,
up.
they give us the
And
time.
then,
So if
change
the other
things
people
around,
come through with the
yeah,
check,
and I
we're
just like him
canceled.
to do just that one song that
But,
he's
you know,
gonna play the whole
That's the
thing, and
same
then
old,
I
same
can
old,
chop
right?
it up in different parts of the show.
okay.
6-year-old.
So are we ready?
Are we ready?
Is
Ready?
everybody ready?
Ready,
Yep,
ready.
we're still rolling.
All right, quiet on set. 5, 4, 3.
Welcome back. I'm Esther Ann. I'm married to the streets. We're here with Kerwin and Johnny Pasha, who I met out on the street beat at El Charro, right?
Correct.
El Charro. Yeah, and so I met them there, and now we're working together on a project that is going to be October 15th, Party in the Garden, and and all the proceeds are going to go to charity outwork. I thank you again for doing that. And besides that venue, what other venues do you have coming up that people can come and check you out live?
Well, let's see. As we near towards the end of the summer, I know there's like quite a bit of some shows and events that are coming up as we start getting out of this whole season, going closer towards the fall. In a few weeks, I know we met through El Charro. I always play.
Doctrine
Yes,
and El Charro.
absolutely, yeah. I usually play the first Friday shows in downtown Phoenix at El Charro Hipster, so that's going to be on the next month, the first Friday, September.
Fridays.
Absolutely. And then I don't recall some of the other dates off the top of my head because I'm kind of like going up and about with many different things, but I will also be performing in a couple of festivals. One good example is the locally well-known Arizona Asian Festival in Scottsdale. They were absolutely doing that for about 2 years, and they're starting up again. More details to follow. Of course, you can see all of the details on my social media pages. And there's also going to be another performance I'm doing at the end of this month on August 26th, which is going to be on Friday. I'm going to be doing like a little performance for the comedy show during that time, so more details on that to follow. So lots of exciting things. Too many things to keep track of.
Another private party thing I think on the 20s with the Higgins.
Oh yeah, the private. I forgot that I've been getting booked lately to do a lot of private parties, pool parties apparently.
Right after summer and everybody wants to get in the pool. It's hot
Oh
here.
yeah,
Some months are too hot for the swimming pool.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
You got to keep yourself cool somehow and take advantage while there's still a chance.
I mean, we're lucky here. We can swim all year round. I
Oh
think.
yeah, it's an essential.
Yeah, that's amazing. And so, Mr. John, do you book his venues for him? Who does all the bookings? Does your mom jump in? You do all that?
I do some of them wherever I could find somebody that would like to test how he does. I always show my video on my YouTube when I go to places that if you want to show my son to you, there, here is the video. If you want to call us, call me, email us.
Yeah, so Dad and I, we usually kind of go around back and forth on who's doing the booking. Sometimes he might call someone ahead of time and I don't even know about it, or sometimes I'm doing my own research and homework, and with some of the connections, I just reach out to them through the power of social media and of course getting their numbers and emails somehow.
Well, and you're just amazing. Like, I mean, you don't have any problems finding places to play, right?
Not really. One of my biggest things that helps out a lot in regards to getting gigs throughout the valley, and this can go to anyone out there that wants to showcase their music or anyone that's into the arts, going to a lot of the open mic nights. The open mic nights is already a time where you can showcase what you got, but I also think it's also like an audition for what you're able to show, because you never know, the owner might be there and the people working, and it's like, hey, I like this guy, I like this girl, I think we can try that out for a show.
What are some of the open mics that you would suggest to people that they check out if they've never been?
Absolutely. Well, we were talking about El Charro Hipster a little while ago, the place that we met. So this is one good example here. El Charro Hipster Bar and Cafe, located on Roosevelt and Grand Avenue. They do an open mic there every Thursday night of the week. Signups are at 6:20. Lineup is at 6:20. Signups are at 6:30, and then showtime runs from 7 until midnight. So definitely a
Wow.
recommended must.
Yeah. And I can't believe we ran out of time already. We're getting short on time, but we are going to listen to some of the sounds of Kerwin Pye. We're going to listen to some of the sounds of Kerwin Pasha. They started with him. You know, he came out, they're part his too.
He's the one that brought me into this world. Therefore, there's like a part of me came from him.
Yeah. All right. So we're gonna, that's gonna be it for another episode of Married to the Streets. Thanks for joining me again. Thanks for coming on to the show, guys.
Of course, you're so welcome.
Yeah. That's it for another amazing show. Thanks for stopping by and showing some love and support. Until next time, when we meet again, get me right. I'm Esther Ann, and I am married to the streets.
Excellent.
All right, we can cut.
We blew through those 7 minutes like they weren't even
Yeah,
there.
you feel like it was 7
That was 5 minutes and 21 seconds. What
Oh,
I wanted
okay.
to do is give
Okay.
him the last bit.
Yeah,
for-
but can I would really like him though to play the whole 5 minutes.
Oh yeah, we'll record the whole thing,
Yeah.
and then you can use it wherever it is you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so
that'd be great.
now we're gonna
Just
reset
one
everything,
song.
so.
Do
And
we
by
do this?
reset, we're gonna kill all the
We're
picos.
not gonna be here in the background enjoying the music.
I mean, if
You
you
can sit
honestly,
there.
yeah, you guys could chill out
Yeah.
over
Yeah,
here.
I'd love to.
You guys
chill.
are part of the audience.
Yeah, we could even bring Miss Margie and him
Yeah,
over
I'm
here.
not
You guys
opposed to
wanna-
it at all.
Yeah.
Please, by all means.
But you need the mics though, right?
You can leave them on, we're gonna,
Just
they'll
turn
be
them
off,
Okay.
they'll be off, but
Okay.
yeah, okay.
Excellent.
But, yeah, go ahead and figure out where you're gonna be and we will reset the
I wanted
cameras.
to be right here.
Thank God that I
Well,
took some videos.
they say that time flies when you're having fun.
Oh, yeah, you can do
Yeah, I
whatever you
just
like.
do
Yeah.
one video.
Yeah, this- I don't like this if we're going out and about doing our normal thing.
Yeah, I want front stage. I want front row seats.
You're the head of the show, so you are the head and the front.
Oh,
It's true. You're living up to it. I'm just here.
Oh, we didn't cut. I thought we
Actually,
were
we
cutting.
did, we
And
cut
that one has the
everything, and then I
full-
restarted it.
Oh, already?
We
I said we're
restarted.
resetting the cameras.
Oh,
We're
I'm
resetting
sorry.
the cameras.
Yeah,
Now, let me
actually,
count you in and all that stuff. Let me, yeah, let
Gotcha.
me do that. So we got Esther Ann, and we got that, everyone but this one I think is, man, actually, that could be a close shot. Okay.
yeah, so you can turn around
See it?
sometimes.
It's-
That works.
Just move it over a little.
Sure.
Yes. There's that.
I'm sorry. I know it's always me.
Yeah.
I gorilla tighten the knobs on him. I'm
Did
sorry.
you have anybody
All right.
doing it?
All right, we're kind of ready.
All right.
All right,
All
our
good?
cameras are set. We can go ahead
I'm
and roll
adoring
cameras.
Roll
All right.
cameras.
Roll sound.
Sound
Sound
speeding.
speeding and 5, 4, 3.
All right.
Woo, ladies and gentlemen, Kerwin Pasha. Wow, you're amazing. Oh my gosh.
There we go. Now we gotta swap mics because there should be another one or two people showing up here.
They did? What about,
Are you changing outfits or no?
I should, right? Because that's a whole half-hour show.
Another different show. Okay, then
Yeah.
I'll take your mic.
Carol is here.
Well,
I saw Carol show up, yeah.
did, Joey show up though?
No.
Right here.
Okay, so I mean, do we have a show with just one or? if both
I say we
show
get the
up?
footage while they're here, while she's here, and it'll fit in.
So easy, they disappear.
We have
I'm
a
gonna
billion
keep it a
options.
souvenir if that's the case.
Shoot the footage while she's here, that's the key.
Yeah.
There's been a lot
Yeah.
of,
Because we do have her from on the luncheon, you know what I mean? But that's all separate, so.
Yep.
But,
It'll
yeah.
be nice to have that footage here
Yeah,
on this
because
set.
she's gonna be the one running the whole, the, taking care of the nonprofit where the money goes to for the charity event,
Right on.
so.
That was awesome, by the way, thank you.
Oh, no problem. Gentlemen, thank you so much.
Oh.
Really, it's been an absolute pleasure to meet you both.
I'm gonna try and get down there and watch on First Friday.
Hi, everybody. I'm just taking a little short break. I'm gonna do a costume change right now and I will be back. Everybody remember we're live. Do you wanna sit and talk to them
Sit
or?
and talk to them, or you want to shut them off?
Or, I mean, if we
Remember,
shut
we're
them
live.
off, that's gonna take a long time.
So I
to turn
can't
them
sit
back
down
on.
and go into a tirade, but I'm just
You
kidding.
can, you
We can sit over. Steve and I can sit over here and talk.
We're gonna turn my gears. I'll turn my gears.
can.
What was that? Was that Hank Hill or some shit like that?
All right. You can come lay down on the couch and I'll psychoanalyze you.
Except for this one, I wonder if you text.
All
The only
right.
drawback is if I lay down on the couch, my feet are gonna be only like 5 inches from your nose.
Lean back the other way.
We'll put your head on that chair.
There you go. That'll work.
350, he said.
Eventually we're gonna be starting some open mics down here too.
Oh, yeah.
So probably don't need this for the next.
Oh, heavens no, we'll be done with that for sure.
All right, I'm gonna go run upstairs and see if he's here.
Side for now.
And then I'll change when I get back. If I don't have time to change, then I will not be changing. We'll be
Okay,
running with the
okay,
second set.
all right. All right, so let's talk to the live audience here. I don't know how many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is that what we got?
Yeah.
5 lives.
Live.
Yeah, basically.
You're live on POF, you're live on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube.
Oh, pretty good. All right.
I'm gonna go see if my.
I guess we should talk about what we do here. We create TV shows. We create talk shows specifically. And
If you want a fish card,
accumulated a
you
little
might
bit of
need
stuff
Thank you.
for a
I
set here.
appreciate that.
This card? All right. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I printed this one upside down.
So you're from the Philippines originally?
Yes, originally I came from the Philippines and also my wife, but I came here a long time ago, 1985, actually when I landed in the US, Chicago, where all my relatives are. I was, then my first wife died during that time before I came in here, so I
She's gonna come back in a
three
moment.
girls
Tell
with
me
my
whether
previous
we
one, but remarried again with their mom
wait for
Right on.
in
costume
1992.
change or I should
I
say a
lived
board
here
change.
in Arizona since
Or we're
80,
going to,
I think 87. I
next
came.
one.
Right on.
I didn't leave Arizona until
Let's
now.
try and keep
Yeah.
this
I like the weather here, even though it's hot. I'm used to that kind of weather.
Sure.
I don't like the weather in Chicago. I spent 2 winters in there. I don't think I
Screw
can stay.
Chicago sucks.
I don't think I can live here for the rest. How many years?
Yeah. I got to visit the Philippines for a few
You
months.
guys want to talk in front of the camera?
88.
I live in the military.
Yes, I was stationed at Clark.
Oh,
That's
okay.
why I was in the
that
Philippines. I was at Angelo
Clark
City.
Air Base was there. I think they moved it out.
Yeah, they closed it.
Yeah.
Was it in the late 90s or was it
Yeah,
early
I think
2000s?
so,
I
yeah.
think it was the late 90s or something.
You're in Subic Bay.
We also
Yeah.
set up.
But then, yeah, because initially they closed Subic Bay to us, but then I think we're back there now, the US.
Yeah.
Talk show for your
Because somebody was supposed to come in and make a big deal out of the port, and
around
they
your
didn't make it. Whoever the Philippines,
your businesses. we can promote
I forget who it was.
Let's see.
They had a partnership with somebody that was going to redo the port.
I don't know what's going on there. I was not there anymore.
Well, they ended up whoever that was flaked out, and then Duarte, before he got out of office, he signed a new deal with the U.S. where we went back there and we're reopening the naval station, rebuilding the base, the docks, redredging the. I mean, this is billions of dollars because we want our ships back over there,
Yeah, I know.
right? It's a big pay. Yeah.
I wish the Clark base is still there, you know.
There you go.
When I was there, the Philippine people did not like us. For the majority of my time that I was in the Philippines, we weren't even allowed to leave the base but right then, what would that have been? That would have been like May, June, July of '88. I'm not sure if you remember, but they had kidnapped some of the.
Yeah.
They
I
kidnapped-
got
They kidnapped a captain and a couple of sergeants,
Mm.
and they were still. When I was over there, that was all going on. So most of the time, downtown was off limits to us.
Now, Steve.
Yeah, because you know, I don't think people doesn't like it.
This should be on. These people are watching me sit here.
Most people like.
She's going to be back shortly.
Yeah, I know,
I
but they,
think
they
during
keep
that
their
time, you
interest.
know, those people, New People's Army, they call it.
Okay.
You know, those people
they're
that
talking about
get the
people who are
government.
getting kidnapped in
Yeah.
Those are the people that doesn't like
the Philippines.
Yeah,
anybody.
exactly.
And those are the people who kidnap and do something.
You know, I had never been.
Say here, we've got.
I had never been anywhere. I've been a lot of places by the time I got to the Philippines: Korea, Japan,
In September.
Canada, Mexico, all over the place. But
So, we're
Philippines,
talking
I've never been anywhere where
we
life
have,
was so
we
cheap.
have 66 channels. we have
When I was
25
over there,
stations.
The least valuable thing were people.
You know, we have.
A pack of
Apple.
smokes, one cigarette was worth your life, for Pete's sake.
I'm not sure where else.
I mean, we had guys, one of the guys in my
launching
duty section got his
September,
throat slit
and,
because he went to buy a pack of smokes, and they decided that they wanted everything he
I don't know
had.
if anybody's watching at this point.
He showed. We told him not to go when he left. He didn't come back for like 14 hours because he ended up getting arrested because he was naked. They took all of his clothes. They stole everything. So he's wandering through the streets of Angeles cities with his throat cut,
I
naked.
want to be on camera.
So they arrested him, took him to the hospital. It was crazy. Plus, of course, they would sell us people. As American GIs, you could literally buy people. I thought that was insanity. That's crazy.
So you see, that's very, very interesting. You got my interest.
I enjoyed the Philippines. It was a fun place, but it was just different.
Yeah, but you should come over here and talk about
Maybe
this
it's
stuff.
different now, maybe those days.
Johnny,
I have
you guys can come over here and.
I have a friend who spent 4 years living in the Philippines, John Cox. He's a military guy too, and he said that now the Philippines is just like living in America. He said it's almost identical.
Oh, yeah.
He said the cities. He said when you drive around, it's like Home Depot, Walmart, Target. It's the same.
Have a
Everything.
seat, Johnny. Let's, yeah.
You know something that I noticed? Right.
Why does it sound so familiar?
Same thing. Something I noticed when you were up here with us, Duran, nobody picked up on the fact that your website is named Johnny Be Good.
Oh, that's funny.
JB Good. But you were like, my first name, John, and my brain went Johnny Be Good. Of course, that's a good YouTube channel. I know you can't say Johnny Be Good, but the thing is JB Good. Anybody that knows your name is John.
David Johnny Be Good. Yeah, my name is Johnny, but it's just JB Good.
It's a way to get around the copyright stuff. You call it JB Good, and then everybody knows that it's really Johnny Be Good.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like it.
I have lots of copyright, but they say if you let go or not, but most of the time it's 50-50 with the copyright.
Yeah.
Right.
So I just go with it. Yeah. And the copyright thing is not that hard. We used to have a subscription to an internet site,
Yeah.
and so you pay an annual subscription. I think that was maybe $100 a year. And then for every song that you want to put on YouTube, TikTok, or whatever, you send them. It kind of changes. I think the cheapest songs that they had were like $2, and the most expensive ones were maybe $15. So if Bruno Mars came out with a brand new song and you wanted to cover it,
Oh,
right?
really?
Then the copyright for something like that is going to be $15.
Okay.
But if you want to do a cover of Roger Miller's "End of the Road," $2.
That's so
So you pay the fees, and you get like a number that comes with it,
Everybody,
that extra UPS.
it makes a
Whatever
lot of
YouTube or TikTok wants to know, you just show them I paid my copyright fees.
They
I gotta sing my karaoke,
Yeah.
karaoke gospel. Everybody's like, put my drink down.
Sure. Whatever makes you happy, right?
I just want to sometimes also I also sing songs, but in different places. I just wondering why they copyrighted some of them, and some of them are not.
Because there's too many platforms and they can't keep track of them all.
Yeah.
Right. Right. Now, eventually that will be an issue, but it is right now. Like we were talking earlier, where you won't need a microphone. You just, so then anything you do will be able to be listed as copyright, right?
Anything you say will be listened to.
Well, that's true now.
That's the weird thing.
That's true.
Well, if you're away from your phone and your car and your TV, you know what I mean?
And your
If you're away from
stove
everything.
and your refrigerator, because I can talk to my stove and my refrigerator and my microwave. They're all hooked to the internet.
Yeah.
So those.
Reminds me of, a friend of mine was asking me, he said, Alexa, why do my relationships never work out? She said, this is Siri,
And I didn't know, man, who didn't
Alexa left 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I mean, if it's in you, you can't, you can go in the middle of the woods, in the middle of the desert, wherever, and you ain't getting, especially, Elon Musk just hates this thing. You know what I mean? So, anyway, his phone is-
If you use Apple or Apple deals,
Yeah.
if you have an Apple device, whether it doesn't matter what it is, if you have an Apple device, including AirTag, you are broadcasting 24/7, 365. Because the way that AirTags work is an AirTag doesn't have a cellular connection. So Apple sells these AirTags, your little punch for about whatever your key change, your phone, your camera, your dog, your baby, right? Whatever it is you can't keep track of. And then, but the way that Apple finds those AirTags is the AirTags produce what do they call it? RF, near field NFC.
Okay, all right.
NFT, near field detection, or you know,
Yeah,
where
I know what you're talking about, yeah.
right? So what happens is every single Apple device that exists is listening for that signal. So if I have an AirTag
These guys love it.
on Gina,
Oh, you
and then I say I want to find Gina,
But go ahead. Go
Apple,
ahead.
then the mainframes at Apple look at every single Apple device that exists around where I'm at.
Yeah.
If I say Gina's somewhere in this zip code, then Apple's mainframe pings every single device that Apple owns in that zip code until the one that they ping is close enough to that AirTag that it tells them where it's at.
Right.
And then what it does is it immediately uses that device, whether it's a phone, tablet, or laptop, whatever device ping, that device then locates and identifies the AirTag for whomever's looking for it. So basically what that means is that as long as, and your Apple device doesn't even need to be on.
Yeah.
Your Apple TV deal, your phone, they can be completely powered off, and they will not power on, but they will still broadcast and search and find. So if you have those Apple devices, the only possible way that you can be unconnected from the Apple servers is to remove the batteries. Otherwise, your Apple devices are recording sound, location, as well as gyro data. How fast are you moving? Are you going up, down? What's your altitude? Are you spinning? It records everything 100% of the time.
That's what happened. I never heard
Tells me
of
how many floors that one on.
I think, and then I think I've seen it after that.
Your elevation.
I can't remember, but I.
And that's what 5G is. 5G is nothing needs to be.
That's how
The Apple AirTag is like a precursor to what everything is going to be. Because
those two are
you no longer need an internet connection. You don't need a router. You don't need 5G. You don't need
Elon Musk don't need an internet.
none of it. It's just there.
Yeah, you're tracked, no matter what.
That's it. And that's the way everything is going with 5G will make everything that way. So like we have like 8 or 10 TVs in our house.
Okay.
And a couple of them. Right. And
Hold on.
a couple of the newest ones have cameras on them, so your TVs are watching you.
Right, yep.
That's how the TV knows who to put the programming on for.
All of these smart TVs have that now.
Right, because when you walk in, if it's me, it puts on my shows. If it's my daughter, it puts on her shows. If it's Gina, it puts on her shows. That's how they figure it out, because they're facial recognition.
Yeah, it's everywhere, it's ubiquitous now.
And they were just, what was I just watching? They were doing facial recognition for, we need a time clock for here. Because we're keeping track of all these hours. So I log all the hours that we're here. Your hours, my hours, Gina's, everybody's. And then we're keeping logs of all of that, and when we go to apply for a grant, if the grant, one of the grant requirements is, you have to have 1,500 hours, volunteer hours. And when we were looking at the time clocks,
We're gonna be coming in about.
you don't even need one. You just put a camera up, download facial recognition software, and then there's the app that's doing the facial recognition. It logs every single person that comes and goes, the times.
All right,
So
what time are we on?
And they sell them, they're just cameras.
What
that have
time
the
are we
app
on?
inside of it.
What time is it?
Oh, it's for 10.
We're ready
Okay,
when
they're,
you're
they're
ready.
here, they're just over there having a little conversation so that Miss Carolyn and Joey.
So when she gets out here, when they get her, we have to mic them, and then we're ready to go.
Okay,
Mic check.
I think I'm just gonna keep the same dress.
All right, who's going to lunch?
There's lunch right here at this table. I
That's
provided-
lunch, yes.
I brought
Cheese
lunch.
puffs and
Yeah.
chocolate bars.
I'll
be right
There's some
No
salsa,
trouble.
You want something?
cheese.
I'm good, thank you.
That's why, like, I know
He's so proud of his
Celery.
And he's just amazing. I love his spirit. I love him. I had the pleasure, I sang with him a couple of times.
String cheese and celery.
My man
Give me
told
that
me
with a
he
stick,
got
baby.
there with his room and he
That's all
did,
because I
but
don't
don't
have a
try
stick.
to learn nothing. What is wrong with him?
Oh,
But I gotta
The
stop.
only thing in my adult life I haven't been able to beat with a stick was a shark.
Wow, well, thank you. Thanks for spending time talking with me.
So I tag him in
It was
scuba.
awesome, and I did video that.
You ever been scuba diving?
Oh, by all means, go
One of the coolest things ever.
Moments
I imagine the only thing that's cooler is going to space.
it'd be cool to find a space whale while you're out there.
That would be really awesome. That'd be totally awesome. I'm sure they exist. They gotta be somewhere.
I wrote it all down, trust me.
Yeah, we got everything on there.
Yes, sir, really, yes.
We've come a long way here.
Oh my goodness.
Uh-huh.
In a short amount of time.
Yep, every week is better, every week.
And I got the 4 new curtains. So these are gonna come down but not be put away. I'm gonna leave them on the bamboo.
Yo, Steve, I just want to say thank you again to
All right.
both you gentlemen for everything. Really, this has been an absolute pleasure to just come up here and just be a part of this.
Us too.
And it all started just because you.
Good Lord.
Yes, sir.
That's longer than I expected.
Oh, well, it's funny that you mentioned that because I've been reflecting upon this for like the past couple days. Well, I talked to my little brother and like, you know what? Imagine 10 years ago feels like it wasn't too long ago. I'm like, the heck, we were like in grade school and like high school, and I'm like, oh no, man. Now I'm like, I'm 28 today, so I've
Wow.
been playing since I.
Today?
Correct.
Yeah.
Well, or actually, no, my birthday's on January 5th, but it's
Oh,
better
okay.
late than never. I'll take it.
There you go. There you go. There you go.
Okay.
No, I'm not really.
What's your favorite part of playing?
My favorite part of playing is just, I don't know, just the overall feeling of just being able to get up and just really take yourself out of the noise. Absolutely. You know that feeling like when you do something that you enjoy and you take yourself out of the There's great things out there, and then there's also
Sure.
sometimes I need to take my time. All right, let's go now. I love that. And something about it just kind of like makes me feel like I'm lifting my feet off the ground. I just think about good things with people. With vibes.
Music is good for that.
Absolutely.
So do you prefer playing like lead picking type of stuff or rhythm strumming type of stuff?
Nowadays I tend to do more of like the lead solo stuff since that's just me. Like,
I'll take my seat next time.
one of my biggest.
Oh, wait a minute, okay, So they need to get mic'd and just sign the papers. Has everybody been signing something today? Did they sign something? Did they sign their life away today? Can you make sure that they do we can use their likeness or whatever? The contract that we can put them, air them? Gina, did you have any of those printed out today? No?
to play that, like,
Oh,
on
is that
another.
who?
Yeah.
So I gotta write them up on the card.
Yeah.
So where am I?
Okay, we're gonna be over here.
Before I,
Get started again.
So they're gonna mic you up.
yes.
Mic
Gotta
you
put
up.
ourselves to the side.
So whichever seat one of you guys want to take, like,
Joe.
I don't know, do you want me to talk to you first and then
Gotcha.
Miss Carol can
Yes,
come on?
did you gentlemen get a business card?
I do.
That
Are
might
you
beat me
gonna
to
take
it.
the car seat?
Beat you to it.
It always
Mike
does,
me up,
every
are you?
time.
I am.
Yeah.
Yes.
So right now, we are live.
How do I look?
Instagram.
Because I almost took it home as a souvenir too.
Crack.
Yes, this is the first, it's definitely not the last. We have so much
This is
more to
over
see.
there, back there. Hey, are the cameras reset, guys?
Thank you so much.
Anybody?
All right.
Are the cameras
Gentlemen,
reset?
take care.
Joe?
It's work done.
Are these two cameras reset? Okay, so Larry wants me to find out if we,
Where's my can of beer?
Okay, so that her.
Come on, you can go.
This will go off.
Larry wants me to find out if we can set up a conference call to talk more about your
We need to use, yeah, this,
and all that stuff.
and then this will be Carol.
That we have. Yes, either
It's just
talk
like
about
me.
the show on one of our channels.
I wore black, you wore black, so you match.
Yes. absolutely. So, mentioned earlier, pastor.
Yeah.
By all means.
Yeah, he just had to leave to take somebody somewhere.
I didn't know it's
Yeah,
there.
so he had to run and so.
That's
then
it,
he'll be
that's
back.
it.
I don't know if he
Looks
wanted to stick around or just like, or we can set up a conference call later
I
on.
think for now, we'll just set up a conference call, just so that way, there's like plenty of time to kind of like set the decision. Esther Ann, thank you so much for.
Thank you.
It's
Thank you
been
for
absolute
coming on.
pleasure, yes.
Yeah,
And,
I love it. And actually talking to you, following you.
yes, we still have any more.
All right.
Keep doing this miracle.
Thank you so much.
Of course. So, well, take care, have a wonderful weekend, all
All
right?
right, you too.
Yes.
Hopefully I'll get to some venue that you're at this weekend.
Oh, yeah.
Are you gonna be playing this weekend?
Not this weekend, but
Okay.
this next upcoming week, you have my contact, so.
Okay, yeah. Shoot me a flyer if you have one.
I'll holler out.
All right.
All right, thank you, Esther Ann.
I just need to write it out. She just told me.
Are you already mic'd up?
I'm
I can see it. I see it all of a sudden.
I'm here. I'm here. Testing.
I can
Testing.
finish writing it up. You okay? Yeah. Okay. Oh.
This is all right.
Okay.
And Carol Farabee.
Okay, we're good here.
Just move around a little bit, all of you. You hear any
And
rustling?
those two cameras are good again? That you moved?
No, I
for
haven't
this
moved the
one?
cameras yet. I'm just doing sound right now. So just move around a little bit.
Yeah, if you hit it, that's, I think I'm hearing some clothing from Carol.
She's not even moving.
Oh,
She's breathing, and I think the sweater's moving contrary
Kerwin.
to the rest of her body.
Kerwin. Kerwin, there is some paperwork that you have to sign that Miss.
I'm gonna have them sign right now.
Okay.
Miss Marge is getting the paperwork.
Oh, way back.
We're gonna go to my forms. Before you leave, I need you to sign the
So
town.
everybody's good?
That's what Miss Marge is
Let's
doing
do
right now.
this.
His dad signed.
I don't remember what this had in it. What's, was this? Just the,
I do, it has legal language on it,
She
that
said
is.
that she was gonna take this
Okay, well,
one and.
that's fine.
Very well.
About it.
You guys-
Oh, yes.
No.
We got it.
I'm in the shadows. What am I doing?
Cause too many questions, too many doubts come in, instead of just moving forward. If we make decisions based on the lack of doing anything, then we're not really making decisions. It's contradictory. Freeze.
All right.
I'm she always.
This
My son likes these the best, because whenever I get my nails done, I do like this and send him a picture. He says, "Hey, he likes these.
Set my
They've been
glasses
done
down.
for a long years," so it's like, okay. So I just wanted to.
Go buy 4 more pair. I keep breaking them.
Huh? Did you get those?
Yeah, very nice.
Pretty quiet on set, huh?
Yeah, we're still working on frame and focus on all these because we moved everything around.
Do you need
This one's
do
still-
you need
If you
these
could
back
type
on?
that in there to today's guest, that part where it's got that blank space, Joey Weaver,
I don't know if that's
it's all the way down at the bottom.
yes, but
Today, our first guest on today's show is
look at that. So
Weaver.
should probably use a capital.
Yeah.
So now it's more,
WAVER.
There you go.
And how do you want us to introduce you? What are your? Can you go back down, Steve? Go back down. What do you do?
currently, I'm a consultant. Also,
Consultant.
Business consultant.
Put
Yes.
business consultant
What?
business consultant.
right there
Business
after
consultant.
bio. Plug bio. Yeah, just so right there. Put business consultant.
Okay.
Whoops. What did I do?
You it moved on you. Put a V back.
It's crazy.
It's because you have that mouse pad right there probably.
Oh my the palm of my hand is hitting
Yeah.
the
The mouse pad. That's usually what happens. To me,
Consultant.
business consultant. What else?
Creator of the show Housing Angels,
Creator of show Housing Angels.
owner of Flame Flicks.
was it
Housing Angels.
Housing Angels?
Owner of Best Rental Car Service.
Owner of Best Rent a Car Service. Owner. Owner.
All right.
You got fat fingers there, buddy?
Yeah, I'm typing is not my best
Got
thing.
water. That's-
Yeah.
Is this the same computer that was being weird last time?
Thank you.
Oh my! It's because my hand keeps hitting the damn.
Yeah, that just figures that out, right?
Well, I know I was typing on something last week and it was, the computer was freaking out. Remember that?
Sorry, but with these on, I can't even hear it. I hear them, but not
If you need
you.
a water, Carol, there's ice and soda.
So last week I was typing on a computer and it was messing up. Remember that?
Yeah.
You were typing, I was typing, and it was just being weird.
Yeah, and what's happening is
You were
my
a different one.
my hand keeps hitting this
Oh,
while
right.
I'm typing. My palms keep hitting that and changing.
I have a separate, what do you call it?
Mouse.
Tripod pad and a separate monitor. I keep the trackpad in front of the keyboard.
Yeah, I really dislike them because I can't
Okay.
do this.
Well,
Yeah,
what's the
I
last name?
guess you
Owner
call it
of-
behind the
owner of-
keyboard, whatever,
Best
but I
Rental
put
Car
it
Service.
over
Owner
there.
of Best Rental Car Service.
That's what I was gonna ask. I think that would be smart for them to do.
And so I have.
Joey
So are we-
Weaver.
Western.
Yeah, West.
Are we close?
It's all about teenagers.
Yeah.
We have to talk about us because I just,
We got a lot to talk about.
I know.
Because I've got a community learning center going on over at the village.
So now-
I'm looking for land for it right now.
Esther, do you intend to go through this whole thing again?
Yeah, that's supposed to, that's why I was asking if it's too long, so, cause that's the beginning of each show. You know, Pretty soon I'll have it memorized and it'll go faster, smoother, slower at the same time.
And if it's really something that you want to run in front of every show, we could record one of those and have it play as the intro. And then, where it's
While
just,
it's in with my whole intro.
we have that possibility.
We have to redo that until we get it right. It's a one-take thing. We can't really cut. It's one camera.
Yeah.
So we'll have to work on that.
Yeah, and then once I do get it right, then we can do it in and out with all the other video clips. That will be the introduction to my show.
Can be if that's what you want, yeah.
I think that works.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And if you find that you need to change it, we'll change it.
All right. It's all a work in progress, right?
That's the thing. Yep, all a work in progress. And
just,
we need to expect to get better.
Yeah. Well, I think it keeps getting better.
I do
Today,
too.
some of my guests didn't show up. That's the only.
I gotta run and grab a drink.
But so
I don't
that
have
that
any gummies in
overbooking
my
thing
voice.
did work out better because then I was never short.
Right?
But you're like, no, that's too many names, too many. I know how to hook people up.
Come on, think that was my plan.
And also,
One way.
that I met yesterday for 3
It's a
hours.
racer.
I think we went to- And they were very, very good because they actually have, you know, that's money plus, they actually were excited about the tech academy.
Oh, I see. It's
Yeah,
because
don't forget, we're gonna go in tech.
John,
What happened? Oh.
it's okay, he was there talking with us and he just wanted to,
He was just talking
Oh.
about school. and
works, it all works out.
I forgot the name of the city. 'Cause we frequent work in our store, and I had property down there for a few months.
What time is it, Steve?
Lost it because the other day-
I don't know, I have to get my glasses.
Larry's gonna be back and he's gonna wanna know why we're not done at 5. We're not done at 5.
4:25.
So we're almost.
How we doing?
Pretty good.
So we were-
It's so crazy looking at this one right here, the Facebook. It looks like I'm on the opposite. I'm on this side and on the YouTube, I'm on that side. So I'm like right here on. It's crazy
This is actually sponsored.
because it's they're flipped. One is flipped. Like see us going into each other
They're
ourselves.
I mean, it's a full hit, serious.
So my biggest thing right now for me personally is funding the resources of people that can help.
I'm gonna open a couple of those candy bars, so I know.
That's what I need out here. 'Cause I'm not a native there. So finding businesses, help out here. They just build and we start, we're gonna start this year with colleges.
Alright.
Simple projects.
Ready.
Are we ready?
Politics.
Are we almost ready?
I'm ready.
We're all buddies already.
Oh, friends.
Ready.
Love how that works.
So we're just like go away.
So I'm gonna introduce them both at the same
A sound
time.
check?
We did a sound check, yep.
Okay.
Should I introduce him first and talk to him first and then come back after the 7 minutes? Introduce Carol, talk for 7 minutes and
If we're
then
gonna
have
do
a
that, she
conversation.
probably shouldn't be there yet.
What do you think? Or would you guys like to have a conversation the whole time? Because it looks like you guys are great. Because usually I do 7 minutes the first
You have to
guest.
understand that a lot of the
7
stuff
minutes.
that we talk about is not public. It's like that we just mentally signed a non-disclosure with each other, okay? So what you want to talk to him about is what he's doing. So let me step out
Okay.
and then we'll come in and I'll say, Charlie, wow!
Okay.
We gotta put some action in here, right?
Yeah.
All right, you want your mic? You don't want me
No,
to?
you can keep it in.
Are you sure? You got it turned off?
Still no talking.
Yes. It's got a little mute button.
Actually, yeah, right. She's number two.
Yep, she's number 2.
Yeah. I was thinking if she was 3, we'd just shut that one off, but we can't do that.
I just muted that channel for now until she comes in.
Yeah, sounds good. All right, so are we ready?
Ready.
So do we want to speed sound?
Yes.
Sound speeding,
All right, quiet on set.
cameras,
Cameras
speeding.
rolling. All right. And this is Married to the Streets, segment 2, take 1.
And let me settle.
And counting in, 5, 4, 3.
Hey, I'm Esther Ann. Welcome back to Married to the Hey, I'm Esther Ann. Welcome to Married to the Streets. This is a show where we talk about homelessness, addiction, mental health awareness, volunteer and charity work, and resources Arizona has, soon the country.
Okay, let's start again.
Okay,
More energy.
more energy.
You gotta be more excited. Love happy and excited.
Ah, all right, it's not 5 o'clock. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. Not,
All right.
all right.
Anytime you're ready.
Hi, I'm Esther Ann. Welcome to Married to the Streets. This is a show where we talk about homelessness, addiction, mental health awareness, resources Arizona has, we talk about I'm gonna start over. Hey, I'm Esther Ann. Welcome to Married to the Streets. This is a show where we talk about homelessness, addiction, mental health awareness, charity, and volunteer work, resources Arizona has to offer, and soon the country. I feel like everyone has some type of experience in either one or more of these categories because they went through something themselves and have firsthand experience, or because they've seen someone they love struggle. If you don't know, you're about to know there are also those who have never hit rock bottom and who will never know firsthand what it means to be in that type of situation. Yet they have a heart and they are out to find and implement solutions to some of our deeper struggles. They are about helping to stop the hurt. If you don't know anyone like that, keep watching because I will be making some introductions. You might just be surprised to find out who really cares about the community and why. Married to the Streets is about sharing the pain to stop the hurt. I'm recovering out loud. Beyond that, we all have an opinion about what's going on in the streets. It came from the back alleys and is now showcasing itself right out on Front Street. I feel like the problem is growing faster than anyone can comprehend. It's time to talk about it because until we do, no solutions can be found. My name is Esther Ann and I'm on the Lift 'em Up plan. I'm Esther Ann and I'm on the Lift 'em Up plan. I was lifted up and I'm not alone. There are so many people who have been lifted up who are coming on Married to the Streets to share their stories of struggle and triumph. So let's talk about it. Today, our first guest is Joey Weaver. Hi, Joey. Welcome to the show. Joey is a business consultant, creator of the show Housing Angels, and owner of Best Car Rental Services.
Yes.
Thanks again. It's nice to have you. So where do you say that you fall into all those categories?
Well, I guess in a short story, my early beginnings was in the entertainment business, and the things that I experienced in the entertainment business was a little disappointing because the drive to create a reality for people to think that these things are going on through the music was actually fabricated. So I wasn't really interested in how they were promoting, less than positive energy to the public. So long story short, I jumped out of that and got into the insurance industry. It was the best move I could have ever made for myself personally. But even in that journey, I was a business shark. So, I really didn't care about people, it's kind of a contradiction because in the music industry, I was like, they're creating this music that's not conducive to having, people have, better outcomes for their families and things of that nature. It was a psychological program. And simultaneous to that, I was going to school for psychology to understand my family. But, at the time that I was going to school for psychology, I was like looking at this music industry like, whoa, It was like an eye opener. So from that aspect, even though I had this concern for people, being, mentally programmed into a thought process of criminal activity, drug use, blah, 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 blah. I was still young and still, in that mind frame of money, get money and all that, just for personal reasons. So, from a fortunate standpoint, I guess I had a dream of the 9/11 situation before it happened. And I told many people about this dream. So long story short on that, the prophecy of that, 1 week after I had the dream, here's 9/11. So my friend called me, he says, you watch TV? I said, no. So at that moment, I woke up in tears from this dream, and it was so vivid. I'd never had a dream like that in my life. And I very rarely have dreams, and to have something that vivid and that real, it was just like, it compelled me to, start looking at things a little different in society. So I started studying politics, and from that, I took a year off from work and studied politics. And from that studying, I was blown away because my first passion was to be an attorney, but I didn't like the double-edged sword. Long story short on that. But in studying the political agendas and political arena, it just became, a component of me to say, I need to do something about this. Because now that I know, I'm like, let me try to help, society become a little bit more, different than what it is and what it's going towards. So,
So now you're using that to try to help stop
oh
homelessness.
man, I'm doing a lot. I'm trying to stop a lot of stuff. You know what I mean? Just from, homelessness is just the surface of it. You know what I mean? But I understand why there's homelessness, from a lot of different aspects. So there's definitely solutions, you know what I mean? But, because of the way the ecosystem is in the economy, you know what I mean? If you implement certain things, it's going to hurt certain things. And, major companies don't, they don't want to have their stocks fall because we, implement that will hurt them, from a competitive level, not be able to, be on the same Fortune 500 that they're on.
So there's more involved than just helping people than
It's-
just having a good heart and helping.
Yeah, it's like, when you're competing with giants, the giants, it's like the analogy, if 20 years ago we knew we could run cars off water, then what would happen to oil companies? You know what I mean? And that's just one component of it. You know what I mean? From just the gas and the pump.
But now, today, they're trying to get away from that. Oh, we only have so much in our reserves. We only have so much to work on. So they're trying to get away from it. Now they're ready to implement all those other things they come back on.
But I think
Still not.
I think personally, based on the growth of just the population in whole as a human race, I think just on that premise, it can't sustain. You know what I mean? From that aspect, if we still had a population of 3 billion people, this conversation probably would be had. But, we're at a vertical rate in population growth. You know what I mean? So at a vertical rate, if it continues and there's more cars being produced, you know what I mean, at the rate that is being, driven, I mean, how much can the earth really produce at that volume? You know what I mean? So I'm sure it's running out. You know what I mean? There's a lot of things running out. So, at certain points in time, there's only so many oranges a person can eat off a tree. You know what I mean? Before the tree run out of oranges. So it's the same concept. Oil is at a very minute level right now, and I'm pretty sure they have to get an alternative to keep some type of economy moving, based on just people being able to move around and create money.
Can you share some of the bigger projects, some of the projects that you're working on right now? Or is it highly classified?
The largest one that's more close to home is more, I guess the closest to being completed is the one we're doing in Arizona, which is, I don't have the actual geographical, my partners are dealing with all that, but we're building houses and we're building a community north of Phoenix, just off the border of Utah, I believe. And I went and saw the land, and it's just one of those things where we're going to actually put homeless people there and utilize that as a model to the rest of the world, what can actually happen. So my mentor, who's passed away, he encouraged me to understand the technology that he wanted to implement. And he wasn't able to complete it completely. He did something in Florida, he did his own little thing in Florida, but he didn't put it in a massive scale in terms of city. And that's one of the things we tried to do, but we got denied in a lot of different ways that we couldn't. And this is, in 10, 15, 20 years ago that, we had a lot of people trying to keep us out of that arena. So Yeah, the closest thing that's closest to completion for society is North Phoenix at this point.
Right on. So can you want to share with people, do you have any social media sites anywhere people can follow you, see your work, get a hold of you? They want to talk business.
They can go to liveoneconsulting.com. That's one of the things that they can reach us there. That's my primary source of contact with the building. Everything is housed under there in terms of everything that we do. So yeah, that's a great avenue to reach us.
What kind of things might people be interested in to talk to you about? What are some things to get a hold of you?
I guess the biggest thing that you want to reach me on is how to get funding for your business. That's one of the brighter things we have for COVID. Another thing is, somebody that doesn't have the time to start their business, we help them start their business. Credit repair to get them to the point where they can reach those heights. I have a lot of testimonials of people. I just got a guy who didn't have a clue in the world if he could ever even afford a house. We helped him get a $30,000 income a month with his business. Helped him get a $340,000 loan on the house. And this just happened for him. He's an immigrant. He didn't even think he had a chance. You know what I mean? So, and he was borderline homeless. So he's reached these heights. And that's just one testimony that we do. So we help people get houses.
So you do a lot. So it's time for us to go to a quick break.
Okay.
Thank you so much for coming on the show today. We are not done. We're gonna take a quick minute and we're gonna check out the Street View. We'll be back in a few minutes. We'll continue our conversation with Joey Weaver, and we're gonna also be hearing from Carol Farabee, my fiscal sponsor. We'll be back after a few.
All right. Is everybody good?
Could you hear me wheezing? Will we be able to take that out? Because I could hear the fluid in
No,
there.
I could not hear.
All
I heard was the cough. And,
I had to clear it up.
and when that happened, I was like, we'll scrub that.
Yeah, I ended up making.
I was
better
trying to
shot.
hold out, and I
Kinda
was thought you
close
were
up.
just going to keep hearing that bubbling.
We have.
Kerwin and his dad's side, are they still here?
They're still here.
They are still here.
Do you want to stop the
Why
camera?
don't we cut? Because I'm going to,
I had to cut sound because it has to be out of recording to re-enable her mic. But,
okay.
so I took care of that already.
So I'm gonna change lenses here.
Awesome.
Or wait a minute. Well, I'm gonna try it. Let's see what happens.
Let's.
Because,
Hey, everybody
Basically,
on TikTok,
I don't have a
Instagram,
close-up.
YouTube, POF.
Oh, you mean of the
Facebook.
two of them together?
I did a
Thanks for
two-shot
watching.
of them. I've
This
got a
is Joey
two-shot of
Weaver
them
and
on this,
Carol Farabee, my
this.
favorite.
but I don't
She
have a
helped me start my
close-up of the
business,
guest.
And she's been
And we
sticking
could have
by
used
me
one
now.
during that.
So
now what I'm
thanks
gonna
for
do is I'm gonna
watching.
back
If you're
out.
on
There
POF,
we back
send some
out.
diamonds
That's
because
backed out
I'm
to
gonna use
7.
all of that for outreaches. And if you're on TikTok, send some gifts too. I'm gonna use all of that for outreaches. I'll take you out there with me, and you'll be live on the scene to see what's happening. Say Less, are you watching? If you're not watching Say Less, check out Say Less. She's my bestie. Hey, Say Less. Do you want to say anything to anybody on any of those platforms?
How many we got up here?
5.
Five.
Okay, 5.
All the
TikTok,
major ones.
Facebook, YouTube,
Instagram,
and Fish.
POF.
Instagram and POS.
People on
POF.
Instagram know me. We've
POF.
talked a couple times before.
Yeah. Well, TikTok, I went TikTok live on all
That's
of
right.
them. TikTok, that's my main platform that I started on. And now, oh, thank you.
Oh, that can't move because of that. Okay.
You're running out of cable, I think.
Yep,
He's almost got it.
yeah.
Can you see
I'm wondering
this
if I can
right
get this
there?
leg back.
I think my dress hides a
This
lot.
side.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay.
the thing about this is this allows me to get an actual close-up. I wonder.
So everybody watching on all the platforms, we're gonna be having a concert. It's called Party in the Garden. It's gonna be held at Jer's place. We're gonna have Kerwin, he was just on, he'll be opening. Chicago Nut will be the person in the middle. He'll playing his music. And then Infinite Money will be the closer that night. Tickets are gonna go for $150 if you wanna reserve a ticket. That is catered meal and entertainment. It'll be from about 4 to 10 that I know. It could go longer than 10 o'clock. So if you're interested in buying any tickets, reach out. Miss Carol Farabee is my fiscal sponsor. So she will be handling all the funds that are raised from that event. We'll also have pay-per-view and people calling in to raise money. So if you're watching on any of those platforms, we'll be giving you a phone number that day. Put it in your calendar, October 15th, Saturday, October 15th, Party in the Garden at Jer's place. Married to the Streets will be the host. I'll be doing my first event ever, so I hope to see you all there.
And how are they going to be able to donate more? You know, have events.com, I mean, where are you going?
Yeah, that's, we're gonna have to have a lot of conversations about that.
We have conversations we're gonna have, so we'll let you know.
Right now, you could probably to buy a ticket. We have Venmo and Cash App and what's the other one?
PayPal?
PayPal.
And
PayPal.
it's Married to the Streets is the name on all of those.
Yeah, Married to the Streets and yeah, Married to the Streets.
Okay,
We're hosting.
fine. So anybody that wants to.
But
do-
it's going to go into Stop the Pain, right? What is the campaign?
We're ready.
You have that.
Stop the hurt.
Stop the Hurt. Stop the Hurt. So we have a couple of flyers. I mean, there's a video out, but all the details are still in the works.
Detail is still in the works, but don't let that stop you.
Yeah, don't let that stop you.
We'll make sure the money gets to the right place.
Yes,
Like
it's just in good hands, yeah. And hopefully it's a lot. a lot. But if you want a ticket to the event, you can go ahead and reach out to me on any of the platforms. My business number for Married to the Streets is 480-667-4184. Again, if you're trying to call for a ticket, the business number for Married to the Streets is 480-667-4184.
Okay, ready? Sound speeding and camera speeding.
All
Oh,
right.
you got me? Am I live?
You're live, you bet.
All right, this is Married to the Streets, segment 2, part 2.
Hi, welcome back to Married to the Streets from Cat. Welcome back to Married to the Streets. Thanks for sticking around and checking out the Street View. That's where I met Joey. Was out at Vibes when I was doing some Street Beat interviews. Yeah, thanks again for being here. Now we also have Carol Farabee, who is my business coordinator. She's a coordinator for several nonprofits, about 20. She's my fiscal sponsor, so she keeps me legal. She makes sure that this street girl knows what she's doing in that realm, because I need lots of help. Thanks for coming on to the show today, Carol.
And I'm gonna adopt her as my mom. Yeah.
We had some great conversations. Oh my
She's
goodness.
The person.
Yeah. I love her, and I love making connections between people, to get all this party started, because there's a lot of work to do out there in the streets. Carol, she takes care of about 20 nonprofits. You want to tell people what you do, and you do a lot. That's so much I can't remember it all.
I work with about 30 nonprofits now, and also I work with for-profit startups. And so I help them with their goals, strategic plan, and also I teach grant writing. So I get 3 to 4 new referrals every week. and to help them find grants. And I don't advertise because I have people connecting, sending people to me from all over. I'm a college professor. I teach at University of Potomac. Anything business, anything IT, anything government, because I have degrees to cover all that. And also, I just created for them an entrepreneurship program. So I have a lot of young people at University of Potomac, bachelor's and master's degree students. They want to start their own business. So I started an entrepreneurship program that starts in September. And I will be working at them for 6 weeks, and then we'll have the presentation in front of investors. And then we'll go and start 6 more months all over again. Okay. And but I do a lot. I'm out there and I talk with a lot. And also too, what I do is I connect people constantly. And I tell people once I meet them, everywhere I go, I take them with me. And I've already thought of about 4 different connections for Joey. Just in the last time we were talking.
Is Mike one of them?
Huh?
Is Mike one of them? Mike Gray?
No,
No?
hadn't even talked about him yet.
Oh, all right. That's one I have in mind.
So anyway, yeah, I mean, I do a lot. Okay, and that's not even all I do. Like I said, let me see. You want to know about the
What are
houses
about
I
your
got built?
political? What about your political background? Where are you at in the political realm?
Oh yeah, political part of it. I'm a veteran. Okay, so Chandler, city of Chandler here, has just created months ago a veteran and family advisory commission, and I'm a commissioner. Now, excuse me, I'm a commissioner. Is that better? Okay. So we meet once a month and we talk about veterans. We have some projects coming up that we're going to be doing. And also I work a lot with homeless veterans, thinking about getting them off the streets. There's a lot of grants and things coming out right now about homeless veterans. Also, I work with domestic violence and a lot of things. So any social impact, I work with it.
And
Let's pause 1 second. It's a good break. Just know what you're gonna say.
Oh my goodness, that is so much nicer.
do we need to redo any of that?
Nope,
or is
nope,
that
we
gonna be-
broke right after she was done, right before you started, so you can start right where you left off.
No, but was there scratchy while she was talking? Is that
Is it bad
That
enough for me
sounds
to
There
not
was,
start
good.
there
over?
was a little bit. It might be better for Carol to go back. You don't have to. We can probably take care of it. We can take care of it in post. It wasn't that bad.
Okay, we'll just pick up
Okay.
where you're gonna,
all right? So
Just tell them I'm getting older.
Exactly. Exactly.
all right, you
She
ready?
exists in 2 dimensions. That was the feedback loop.
5, 4, 3.
So I don't mind saying I chased this lady down. It took me a while. I had signed up for her class. She had a grant writing class at the Phoenix Public Library. So I signed up pre-COVID so that I could go in person. Everything shut down, no class. So then I came back. The classes started to come back and they were online. So I went and I signed up for those classes. Something was not happening right with me being able to log on. And finally, I got to be in the very last class, and I had a lot of questions, and she said they were great questions. So she told the librarian to hook me up with her information, send me an email. I never got that email. So then I just started stalking her. I went back through all of my emails, found her name, Googled her. There was an actor, Carol Farabee, and it wasn't her. But I found her on Facebook. I did a little bit stalking, and I reached out to her. And then right away we started connecting. September 11th, we opened my business, Get Me Right. That was 2 years ago. We just renewed my
2 years ago,
nonprofit
that's right. I did. I just renewed it yesterday.
yesterday. Yeah, so we're good for the next year. No, it wasn't 2 years. It was 1 year because now I'm going into my second year that I renewed.
It feels
my-
like 2 years.
It does.
We've been a lot of growth, a lot of talking about what you want to do, getting you there, and also getting the confidence that you felt good when you get here. That's why I do a lot, and I've seen a lot of growth, and you look great.
Thanks. I'm starting to feel better all the time. I also started my mission because I didn't have a dream. I had a vision. I saw something that was going to happen, and it happened almost exactly to the T. There was little differences, you know, but I had asked for some other things to not be exactly the same because I was like, oh, this is going to happen. And that person I was around, they were like, well, now that you, we know you know how to tell the future, can you give me the lottery numbers? That's not how it works. Well, that's not how it works. But it's changed my life. It's had a huge impact on how I see things. And maybe people think I see things. I move a little crazily because I had that happen, you know, and I've seen it. How do you explain that to people? Do you just leave that out a lot? Do you get crazy looks?
You know,
I do.
you know what's crazy is like the funny thing you say that, like my dad, you know, when I was young, we had a house in Malibu, and when I saw what came out the ocean, I'll give you long story short. We went out to the pier. You know, the Coast Guard at night they lock down all the piers. So you don't go out on the pier because the ocean will sweep you out with the waves and things of that nature. But we were defiant. My dad was defiant. So we hopped the gate, go fishing every once in a while. And this particular night, we went out fishing and there was a shark there. And long story short of that.
Wait, shark.
Yeah.
Hold on, that's a cliffhanger. We're gonna take a couple minutes for a break,
Yeah.
and we're gonna come back and we're gonna hear more about this shark. Have a little conversation between the three of us. Yeah, I love cliffhangers. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. But we're gonna take a few minutes and we're gonna skip to cashing checks, see who in the community that owns businesses is helping to fund Married to the Streets community outreach projects. We'll be back in just a few minutes with Joey and Carol.
Okay, and we're just ready to go right back in.
So
Pick
we
that
have-
story up right where you left off.
Okay.
All right.
All right. 5, 4, 3.
Hey, I'm Esther Ann. Welcome back to Married to the Streets. We're back with Joey and Carol. Joey was about to tell us about the shark. We never know. Was it Jaws? What was the shark doing? What happened with the shark?
At a young age, you see a shark on the pier for the first time, you're amazed. You know what I mean? It's like, whoa, there's a shark. So when you ask me, do people think I'm crazy about the whole experience, seeing, you know, a future, whatever, and what people think? Well, my dad and I saw something come out the ocean right after we seen 2 people take a shark off the pier, which was incredible itself. It's a long story. I'm not going to go too deep, but when we saw what we saw come out the ocean, we ran back in the house, and my dad said, "Don't tell anybody, because they'll think you're crazy." So I held on to
It
that.
was a mermaid, wasn't it?
No, it was a craft that came out the ocean, and we was, you know, both like, "What is that?" You know what I mean? And so, being that my dad told me that, you know, I reserved that for a very long time until he died. And maybe 10 years after he died, I started just telling people about what I saw. Because after I had the dream, it was like, if I'm going to tell people about my dream, I might as well tell people about, you know, this craft that came out of the ocean, you know? So
And who
I really
cares,
don't
right?
care. You know what I mean?
But are you surprised by the conversations that a lot of people have back with you? Like they hold on to stuff that they don't want to share because they think it makes them look crazy. Do they open up to you more when you open up?
I don't know if I really analyze it to the degree that you know, because, you know, a person's truth is a person's truth. You know what I mean? And I don't really try to give them a title to whatever they feel happened or is going to happen. You know what I mean? Because if I experienced it, you know what I mean? Obviously, there's something going on that you may have similar experiences. So,
But it's motivated you to a whole nother level.
oh man, you know, I went from business shark to caring. You know what I mean? Like it changed me. You know, so at the end of the day, The motivation now is just to see, a different social structure. You know what I mean? It's one of those things where you have to really put yourself in a position to say, I understand by me doing this, there may be some adversaries because, we're tapping into people's, incomes, unfortunately. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, it comes with rivalry. So, being very cautious to moving, aggressively and just knowing, which avenue to take before, you really take it, because there's people that want to protect their assets, people that want to protect their interests and things that they've invested in, even though it's harmful to the public. You know what I mean? They don't have that same compassion because they haven't been given that ability to see that whatever they're doing is affecting not only the people that they love, but the people in general around them. You know what I mean? Eventually. So,
Carol, what motivates you to be everywhere, doing everything?
What a question.
Right?
How many years can I go back on that?
Well, you know what sparked you? What was the
My
thing that lit
kids,
the fire?
my kids tell me I was born angry. And I said, no, I wasn't. I'm number 2 of 8 kids, so. And we moved around a lot, okay? I mean, I didn't know what store-bought was till I was 15. So I was in sociology class. This was my second part of my junior year. So it was 67. Yes, 67, we had dinosaurs, yes, it was past that. And so the sociology teacher in class was talking about famous people and stuff, okay? I love Eleanor Roosevelt. If I go back in time, I would follow her around. And so the sociology teacher, they all knew, poor Carol. And she said, well, who do you want to be? I said, I want to be me. No, you can't be you. You're a nobody and a nothing. So I told her what she could do with it. I can't repeat that.
I wish I could have been there.
And she threw me out of class, told me to go to the principal. He told me the same thing. I told him the same thing I told her. So they threw me out of school for a couple of days. I went to the library. I didn't care. And that put a burr under my saddle. Okay. And I don't want anyone to be told that they can't follow their dreams and they can't do what their belief, faith, and everything tells them. Okay? And that's what I do. I have Stop the Hurt, hashtag Stop the Hurt out there. And that's what I do. I said, I see you, I hear you, I believe in you. That needs to be said more, everywhere. And every time I sit down with a new group of people, just like it was Tuesday, and I had lunch with Jody. She's an air conditioning lady on the company, works in the company. And she wants to start her own academy because we don't have enough females in the state to work with AC, okay, with HVAC stuff, because they don't want to train them, they don't want to teach them in the schools. And I said, well, let's do it. She just looked at me and like, what? I said, well, let's do it. Why can't we do it? And that's what she was waiting for. So now she's going home. She's making plans. So in a couple of weeks when we meet, we're going to start her school. And she can be a part of my tech academy that I've got started. You see, that's how it works, right? People need someone to say, I believe in you. But more than that, I say, I see you. That's even more important than I believe in you, because you know what? I'm acknowledging you for who you are, not for who I want you to be. And you know what? It's very hard to like society. It's very hard, right? But we get past that. Take society and say, okay, you guys, all you one brain cells, stay over here, okay? We're going to go this way, and we're going to make it happen. We're going to gather people. We're going to talk to people, right? And we are going to get them to understand, right, that they can be that person. And part of that they want to do, that's what drives me, because I meet people 3-4 times a week and say the same thing. It's incredible. And they just follow me around.
Yeah, and I'm one of the people that follows her around. I have to say thank you again for coming on the show. You're a huge motivator for me. I didn't think I could do half the things that I've done without you telling me that I could do it and being a great motivator and mentor. I appreciate you so much. I appreciate you both for coming on the show. I hope I made a good match
For sure.
here today. You know, I thought you needed to meet each other, so I paired you. And so again, can you plug any way for anybody to get a hold of you?
BlackOneConsulting.com. That's the best way to reach us. We're busy as bees at the end of the day. Just like she said, we don't do a lot of advertising. We get referrals, through the roof. So if you go there, you're lucky to get us because we really don't generally deal with the open public like that because we condense it down to a select few people that we'll deal with. But for the show purposes, and
Yeah.
if you go on there, you definitely are welcome to come, join us and see what we can do.
Any way anybody could get a hold of you? Or don't? She's too busy.
No, Carol at youngwritersfoundation.org. You can do Carol at arizonabusinessincubator.org. Just put my name, Carol Farabee. Put it in Google. You get 9 pages of me. Carol Farabee, the actress, smile at her. She's good looking like me. But we're not me. Okay. But there's all places on there that you'll be able to contact me. But I'm busy. I'm over busy. But don't let that stop you. If you have a need, if I can sit down with you an hour, 2 hours, and change your life, make a difference, I'll be there.
Thank you. You changed my life. Thank you both for coming on to Married to the Streets. This is another episode of Married to the Streets. Thanks for stopping by and showing us some love. And my name's Esther Ann, and I am Married to the Streets.
And that's it.
Sorry I didn't get your teleprompter to the last.
I know, I'm looking at it. I'm like, where's it at?
I
We
know,
took
I'm
our
sorry.
sweet time getting there.
Cameras.
Right when I went to reach for it, it went into screensaver mode.
I saw that. I was like, what is happening?
Thank you, I'm
He's
sorry.
like- He's like, come on, guys, wrap it up,
Yeah.
wrap it up. Usually there's a timer that counts.
Yeah, big
7
clock
minutes,
on
7
each
minutes.
thing.
Are we done? You want the mic?
Yep.
Just to show you.
9. Okay, yeah. I'll work with it. It's got,
Well, they were saying good stuff. If it was, it's not so critical that we have to stop.
at that
So,
7 minutes, yeah.
As a matter of fact, I
I'll
was
get it
trying to
done.
motion to you that when he started the story, I said,
My card for you.
I said, cut after.
Oh, I didn't see that
But
part.
that's okay. I thought it was cool that you did the cliffhanger thing.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, they'll stick around for the show.
Shark! All right, guys, so, I guess, oh.
Yeah, thanks for coming. man.
We're all
Very
done,
good
Gene.
to be back.
Gene,
Did
we're all
you
done.
get, Miss Margie, did you, okay, the paper signed.
That was pretty good.
Thanks. Right on. Thank you for coming in.
Weaver.
How are you doing?
Margie, I'm
Nice to
blessed.
meet you.
I just need to see if.
Red goes
on
on the bottom, blue on the top.
Right, and they're married to, is Married to the Streets on there yet? Oh, yay.
It gets written on there right here where it says program title, Married to the Streets.
I just give a call.
No, but, no, are you making copies of this? It's
They
not
can-
just the program
That's
title,
right.
because this says that you
You
own
are
everything, and
It
that's
doesn't.
not true. It's me and you. That's why,
Love
it's
Then
supposed
make
to
your own
be.
title,
Say
please.
you are.
That's why she's been writing them and then.
They
putting
have
them-
no legal value like that.
Yeah, but we didn't
Okay.
have anything, so right
We
now,
need to,
we got it.
Talk about your program. We
Yeah.
can get together and do it. Talk about how you-
Okay, so everybody, I'm gonna go now. Thanks for stopping by and watching my live.
We got my information.
I'm Esther Ann, and I am Married to the Streets.
Better.
Where's my, oh, okay.
It's faster if you just snap a picture of it too.
Oh, this?
Yeah, just your copy, just
Okay,
snap a
okay.
picture of it so you have it.
Like
See you
how
guys.
everything like that?
I got one over there.
Stop the live.
Thank
Do I
you
have
so
to?
much.
You know, that's
I
what
love it. Okay, I got
But we
you.
will appreciate
When
it.
would you be available to talk to me?
Let me get my.
Do I have to? Only if you want to live.
Let's not tear down.
Okay.
You can set all those up, but don't change and don't tear down, because
The only thing I did was I unplugged these two, but that
Plug
can
them
be
back in.
changed. That can be changed.
we're gonna, we only need the one.
Okay, so. yeah.
So, Esther Ann, it does say on here,
I just say,
the
Because it
way
was
that,
supposed
the
to-
way that it reads, if you read it, I understand I am in no receive compensation. The producer shall have complete ownership. Who's the producer?
I like your shoes. What size?
Thank you. Oh,
I
okay.
do have
Well,
a
I thought that Larry, because Larry had, I know that we didn't finish all of our other paperwork, you know what I mean? But he said that he was gonna have in
We
there
have
that.
more in depth, and at that
Okay.
time, and if you're really
Okay.
that worried about it,
I'm not that.
I figured, I was gonna say do it again, but then I said, well, I'm doing the, but you would be here.
Oh, and you know what? Of course, I raised
It's
that
not
to the
on
computer because I didn't know we were gonna do that.
Well, paperwork
So I
too.
gotta
We
look.
erased the text.
Like, not in a bad
Well,
way.
wherever Gina had it, I closed it all.
Oh.
so
how much
anyone's
room I
gonna
have.
get
Find it.
anything from us, so until, that's what this next 2
Yeah,
weeks is
we're
for.
live.
Nobody's
I
there.
don't like my
You
shoes.
know,
Okay.
we're all supposed to be
Yeah.
happy here.
Yeah, I know that we had talked about having one with
I
everybody's different
closed these
names on
things,
there
but now
and
you
ours.
kind of want part of it again. How would I, it was all in Google or
Are
something?
these on still?
Yeah, I'm turning them off right now.
You want it up again?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't know that we weren't done and I shut it.
I didn't think of it till I
Alright, so is
walked
that
away,
live?
and then I thought, oh, yeah,
Live
what,
is
you
done.
know, I wanted
Thank
to
you,
do that.
TikTok, for watching. I messed around. I'm married to the streets. I will catch you later.
Okay. Okay, I can, if it's, yeah, see, I can get that, yeah.
566 viewers.
So
And
here we
I'm
have.
almost to 9,000 followers on TikTok now.
Yay.
All right, let's see. All right, this is YouTube Live. Thanks, YouTube, for watching. I'm Esther Ann, and I'm married to the streets. I'll be back again.
I did
Well,
take
not
you
next
to
Friday
show
because
this.
we have some.
Yeah, I know.
We're not going to be in
Oh,
the
I
studio,
remember seeing it.
but I might be out live
There
in
it
the
is.
field. Thanks for watching. How do I end this stream?
Turn off the computer. Did you try turning it off and turning it back on?
But is this gonna save everything?
This side, like you'll
When you asked Carol what her telephone number was, I totally expected her to smile at the camera and go, got a pen? 555.
Yeah.
Because Carol is always.
Okay, I would like to end this and make sure I know that
one leg
it's
is
saving,
like
but
one leg doing an ass kicking contest. She never has enough time. But she's incredibly smart.
so
and
it says if
everybody
I
wants
leave the
her
site,
attention.
how do I stop it? Edit, end stream.
Let me see.
Okay, can you?
The other one.
Hi, Facebook. I'm Esther Ann. I'm married to the
Have a
streets.
computer.
Thanks
And
for
set me
watching.
Here's your microphone, just
Yeah.
whenever, go ahead and do that.
Thanks for watching. That's been it for today's show. We will be back live again. I'm not sure when. Sorry about last week again. We had some technical difficulties with our Wi-Fi, so that's why I didn't go live. I hate to
Well, that's
disappoint.
right. Last week.
But it is all recorded, so you'll have to
I gotta
stop
do
by my
this funny
channel,
thing.
Married
I
to
don't know
the
how many
Streets,
people are
on
watching, but
Roku and catch up.
okay, we're
Thanks.
coming in close.
It's not dropped yet, though. That will be announced. Thanks.
Edit and
Okay, this one's in French, so.
Well, that's what she's doing. It's there. It just
I don't
doesn't
know.
quit.
I don't know what happened.
Okay,
so
let's try this. If you
Joe,
do
we need
this,
one camera for this shot.
and
right?
live.
that doesn't work either.
That's the only camera we
Yep,
need.
it's the only camera we need.
That's what I thought.
What in the world?
I don't know. We got on there and then